One of the reasons I tend to believe that Clint Eastwood was being designated by Clint Hill, and which got reshuffled into Hill Clinton in Dealey Plaza and was thus party to the Texas school book, is that there's a saying, cowboy's work is never done. And his media system just keeps grinding the wheels because they're interrogating sexual freedom as the godfathers of um, the paradise extermination system Toon has built. But they wag on the idea that, let me give you an example of their definition of friendship. I was often trying to be helpful. Like the car thieves who I couldn't escape, one of them I tried to befriend and bought a VW for, but it was an ill-fated move. I couldn't get away from them. They came up to my house and just came right in, whether I wanted them to or not. I had to go to school, and where I saw them, I couldn't escape school. And it was organized by the police. They were children of the police, so it was impossible to escape them. They would detect me attempting to escape them, so I tried to do something helpful, which is the same situation in Seattle with these exterminators who passed around viruses and then gave me Parkinson's. You can try to escape them, but it's futile. Obama will come kicking down your door if you try to get away. Gaza, they put out food for you and then shoot you. I mean, it's the same sort of. There was a stabbing at a homeless shelter in Oregon. You know, Obviously, I'm not the type of person to stab people, but this is the sort of. They have a corrections attitude. In corrections, you can become somebody's boy and get protection from the other prisoners. And that's the sort of situation Seattle sees me as fighting off becoming someone's boy for protection. I mean, the queers are sadistic and they work with the governor and they work with UW and the medical community and the police enforce it. I'm not trying to defend the dude who went berserk. I'm just saying that's the kind of environment it is. You never know when one of these people is going to lunge at you. You never know. And so they make it out that I'm that way. They arrested me for protesting when they murdered a girl with a knife. They arrested me for protesting when they murdered a girl with a knife. You, and that made sense to their spinner beings. You can't unmake the sense that it makes to them because they were all jealous of who got to do the honors of the Ripper job. And it was a deflection from me. So it makes perfect sense to them. It was therapy for them. And everything is therapy. When they rape somebody, it's therapy. When they murder somebody, it's therapy. When they steal from somebody, it's therapy. It's all therapy to these people. And the sandbaggers of Gaza are no different. They defended this crowd. They are refusing to say anything about the system that was built by Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney put me up and said, we will deflect onto you to what I deserve because I forged your name on my bomb. Is what he did. He forged my name on his bomb. Said, you'll take what you're given to these people. And they said, we'll get him for you, McCartney. Thank you for giving us a white. And many of these people are white themselves. So it's hypnotic reverie. Anyway, Diane Draxinger, Dracula singer, she had somebody tell me she was hit by a car, and I cried like Gaza. I mean, when one of my grandfather, I'm sentimental about Diane because my grandfather used to make jokes about her because she would call me up and he said I had a harem because I was talking to Beth at the time, BB. And D.D. Draxinger had a father who was like the Neva Carrot dude. And I heard that he was abusing his mother. I mean, this is going to get back to them, and they were pretty violent in those days. So I had his mother come up to the house to talk to my mother to see if there was a woman's protection agency at the college. And my mother got mad at me for doing that, but she talked to Mrs. Draxinger. Protecting women is not the easiest thing to do when you yourself are being dragged through glass by Saul Brecker and chased down with a Nazi bayonet by Ronnie Szynski and having your head stomped on by Puma, Michael Martino, and the Pittmans. And Szynski was stomping on my head, throwing me into Vento's pizza glass. Two young black kids, in fact, came out and saved my life. But and when I mentioned that, the Traore brothers came and said, "You're trying to subvert the dominant paradigm." I was like, "What do you mean?" You're a white praising two black kids who saved your life to make it look like you appreciate black people. That's not UW dialectical. That ain't reflex. That's a persona you're trying to construct. So what do you mean? These kids at great risk to themselves came out and chased off a gang of murderers who were armed. Are you stupid? But you can't reason psychologically with these chaos forces. They're criminally insane. You can't reason with them. They know what they want to do, and they're going to do it. So the definition Obama has of friendship is those who you cannot get away from, though you try hiding in your towel closet. Don't say like Anne Frank.